Hi everyone, I'm Jared Lee, co-founder and CEO of Supercede. We are excited to officially launch our latest white paper, which we've titled Supercharging the Reinsurance Ecosystem, and explain why we at Supercede feel a digital ecosystem is essential to the future of reinsurance. This is the second in a series of white papers exploring the future of reinsurance. Building on the findings published in our April 2021 paper, Reinsurance Reimagined, this latest piece dives deeper into the topic of the reinsurance ecosystem. For Supercede, the reinsurance market is at the heart of what we do. In order for the industry to fully embrace a digital ecosystem, we know that it requires the support of the entire value chain of cedents, brokers, and reinsurers, as well as the technology providers in our industry. To create this white paper, we spoke with 11 leading global reinsurance practitioners, from firms such as Swiss Re, Willis Re, and Lloyd's, as well as respected market-leading software providers like Web Connectivity, Trace, and Hyperexponential. We anchored our conversations around a few key questions. What would a fully modernized ecosystem look like, and how does it differ from those of the past? What are the pain points and inefficiencies that need addressing? And most importantly, how will a modern ecosystem accelerate growth and profitability? The overall view of the interviewees and that of Supercede is that the reinsurance industry is an excellent example of a thriving ecosystem, comprising multiple entities with a high degree of interdependence, collaborating closely to create value. And yet, our ecosystem is ready for significant change. Information flow between entities is bottlenecked, and vast amounts of manual work is required to get data in and out of internal systems. Often, these in-house systems seldom enable organizations to keep up with the rapid changes in technology. And not only do these issues affect businesses overall, they also affect the talent within those businesses. Often it is the highly paid, highly skilled people who suffer the most from these constraints and are limited in their ability to add strategic value to their firms. We need to change that and use technology to support a better, more collaborative way of working across all elements of the value chain. If we can do this, we can leverage the benefits of higher data quality and universal connectivity to drive growth, expand capacity, and tackle the protection gap. I'm really excited to have Helene Stanway here with us today. Helene, what does the reinsurance ecosystem mean to you?
I love the word ecosystem. Now, yes, you can play buzzword bingo with it, but actually it's so critical to how we as an insurance industry respond to all of the dynamic changes that are around us. We need to bring different skills, different partners, different ways of operating and working to really solve for some of these complex problems. At the heart, it's data, it's technology, but it's how do you fit those pieces together, which then creates your ecosystem. Whether the component parts make something much, much bigger and really solve for those problems. This component of transformation programs drives me nuts. So there's lots of excitement about the technology, there's lots of excitement about the vision, but there's very little or too little about bringing the people on that journey. Because actually people change is scary individually, and if you don't get that right, the whole program I think is doomed from the outset. Because people will need to use different tools, people will need to work differently, and if they're not given the support and the training and the skilling to be able to do that, then actually you can build the most amazing whiz-bang technology, but it won't get effectively used. So really, my plea on these transformation programs is have a people component, and a really strong people component. Because for me, the magic is where you bring together the tech and the people, and the tech should augment the person, assuming that they can and have been skilled in using that technology. For me, it's about talking the same language. If we're talking different languages, and I'm talking there about data, if I have data in a different construct to somebody I want to partner with, it makes it really difficult to communicate. If you have something that's underpinned by the same data standards, you're talking the same data language, you can transfer and make that process of trading much, much smoother, more efficient and quicker. And that's really what's lacking in the market, I think, at the moment, is that ability to transact seamlessly between systems. Accord are doing a fantastic job. Lloyd's are bringing out the core data record. These are foundational things that need to underpin how we transact business. And only once people adopt those can we really drive that speed of change, which I think we're all looking for.
Thank you, Helene. Next, we're lucky to have Amrit, the CEO of Hyperexponential, here as well. Amrit, what does a reinsurance ecosystem mean to you?
Reinsurance ecosystem, I suppose, two key words, reinsurance and ecosystem. For me, it's about partners who are building great things. It's often technology related services as well, to help our kind of people working in reinsurance to do their jobs better. And I think, that has a really broad range of applications. I work for a tech company, right? So clearly I'm very focused on the technology side, but I think the number one goal is to take advantage of the huge amount of value that I think gets trapped inside the inefficiencies, inside this massive, really great, really profitable, really kind of important kind of landscape of, they're an ecosystem as well, our clients, right, of providers. So to me, an ecosystem is people who work together, who can connect really effectively together to add value to the reinsurance industry.
In the report, you spoke about how the broker collects data, takes that data and puts it into their models, and then emails it to the underwriter, who essentially repeats all this work again. How do you see a shared platform helping to reduce the need for rekeying and error correction and make analytics available in real time? And what would the wider effect on the industry be?
And I think about this a lot because it's a huge part of my raison d'etre and HX's raison d'etre. I think a lot of the problems that the industry is facing are ones that are really difficult to solve in small chunks when they're distributed amongst lots of our clients. So I think they're really problems that are really very centralizable. So, if you think about trying to share data around or cleanse data, it's a difficult problem to solve for each of our individual clients. But when you bring that problem together, you take lots and lots of different problems that feel slightly different but are actually very similar, you can tackle them very, very effectively. So for me, I think the big opportunity that we have is to work together, listen to lots and lots of clients, work out the common themes, work out the fact that actually they may feel really different to lots and lots of different clients, but actually they're probably much more similar than people realize. And if we can solve those problems, the themes and the kind of high-level issues, and solve the majority of those problems for our clients, we leave them with much, much less to get their jobs done.
We've spoken a lot about hyperconnectivity. How do you think a shared data platform can unlock the ability to augment first-party data with data from other sources?
So I think the key thing is that these problems are very, very centralizable, right? So, and they're the sort of problems that are irritating and often not necessarily worth the time on an individual client basis to tackle. Whereas actually, if we bring that problem together and we actually try and solve it on behalf of all of our clients, it's a much bigger, meatier problem, and we've got more information, we've got more resource to try and solve that problem. So I think the key thing for me is it provides an opportunity for us to do the heavy lifting for our clients as the ecosystem providers. And how does that allow people to do analytics in real time? Well, I think as a function of us making those problems, taking those problems away from our clients, we leave them with much more time to do the advanced analytics that they need to. And as part of having solved the data cleansing and sharing issues, we will have really great insights into actually how, the platform on which the analytic can be laid. And we can give our clients just much more ability to actually configure and bespoke the analyses themselves, but the platform has taken away the kind of irritations that, quite frankly, our clients don't want to spend the time on.
That's really good.
Thank you, Amrit. As always, a pleasure. I invite you to read our white paper, where you will find more insights from leading practitioners, which present a compelling case for the benefits of open data platforms now and in the future. I hope you find these insights useful and thought-provoking and are motivated to join the conversation. By working together, we can find a better way.